in. All right, let's call the fire board meeting of October 18th to order. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America
and to the
and to the
republic
republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
one
nation,
God,
under God, indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have the roll call vote, please, Chris?
yes, ma'am. Aldrich,
Here. Oh, Saugatuck Township, Allegan County, State of Michigan.
thank you. Beckman,
Here, Saugatuck Township, Allegan County, State of Michigan.
thank you. Fox,
Here, City of Saugatuck, Allegan County, State of Michigan.
thank you. Verplank,
Here, City of Saugatuck, State of Michigan, County of Allegan.
Phelps,
Here's Saugatuck Township, Allegan County, State of Michigan.
thank you. Pullen,
City of Douglas, City of Douglas, Allegan County, State of Michigan.
good. And Miller,
Here in Douglas, Allegan, Michigan.
thank you. And Janik,
Yes, Saugatuck Township, Allegan County. And here.
State of
and
Michigan.
I'm Saugatuck Township, Allegan County, State of Michigan as well. That's everyone.
Could you all please silence your cell phones and please try not to text during the meeting as it's against the Open Meetings Act. Could we have approval of the agenda, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for October 18th, 2021.
I'll second.
Have a
Jane,
motion-
could I suggest an addition?
Oh, sure.
Even though I think we all got it by email, I think for whatever record this is and for anyone watching, if we could maybe redo or re-explain the insurance settlement on the fireboat as part of the chief's comments, if possible.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, let's see. Shall we make that item E?
Yes.
9 Jane?
Yeah. Yes. Are there any other additions to the agenda? Okay, can we have a, I guess we need a new motion to accept the agenda as amended.
Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the agenda with the addition of insurance settlement for October 18th, 2021.
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion by Pullen, a second by Phelps. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
So Pullen,
Yes.
Phelps,
Yes.
Aldrich,
Yes.
Beckman,
Yes,
Fox,
Yes,
Verplank,
Yes,
and Miller.
Yes.
Passes 7-0, Madam Chair.
thank you. Moving on, let's see. Can we have approval of the minutes of the last meeting, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of September 20th as presented.
I have a question on the minutes. on that. I think there's a typo.
Oh, yeah.
Probably a lot of them.
Well, this one's kind of do this on Taru's behalf, because on page 6 of the packet, under fireboard comments, under Poland, it says, glad to see there was a strike lockout for both parties in the CBA. And I think there wasn't a strike lockout.
That was
Oh, that's
that was
correct.
exactly what she had said, because we're both prevented from doing that.
So it's strike blackout. I think that's what I read, actually.
Oh, I thought.
I
Okay.
went back and listened to the tape when I typed it, but that was her exact phrase. So,
Okay.
And I got that phrase because I read that somewhere in all the stuff we had.
All righty, my mistake. I was trying to save
No,
you.
That's a,
Thank you.
Okay, are there any other adjustments to the minutes? Okay, could I have a motion to accept the minutes, please?
think we need a second still.
I second it. Chris.
Oh, you did? Okay, I missed that. Sorry. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, who made the motion?
Phelps.
Okay, we have a motion by Phelps and a second by Beckman
Yep.
to approve the minutes with the, I guess just to approve the minutes. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, ma'am. Phelps,
Yes.
Beckman,
Yes.
Aldrich,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes,
Verplank,
Yes.
Pullen,
Yes,
and Miller.
Yes.
Passes 7-0, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there any public comment? I can't see everybody, Chris, so.
Yeah, just a reminder that if you would like to make a public comment, you can use the raise hand function in the participants window or dial *9 if you're calling in by phone. I believe the only public are Kyle and Jerry. And so far I'm seeing no hands raised, so we're gonna go with no.
Okay. All right, thank you. Moving on to request for payments. Peter is ill today and won't be with us, so we'll do the best we can without him. So could I have a motion to approve the accounts payable, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the accounts payable of 102,367.46.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Phelps and a second by Pullen to approve the accounts payable in the amount of $102,367.46. Is there any discussion? We have a roll call vote, please.
Yes, ma'am. Phelps,
Yes.
Pullen,
Yes,
Beckman,
Yes.
Aldrich,
Yes.
Fox,
yes,
Verplank,
Yes,
and Miller.
Yes.
Passes 7-0, Madam Chair.
thank you. We'll have to skip the financial report. Peter's home in bed. So let's try the fire chief's comments. Go ahead, Greg.
Thank you, Jane. Good afternoon, board. We will jump to a summary. Basically, the call volume, there was a new record. We seem to be saying that quite a bit. So 14% increase in calls. And want to point that out. You also see overlapping calls at about 27, slight decrease. However, that is ramped up for October. Types of calls, EMS is certainly our strong category. You've also noticed the new introduction of alcohol and marijuana will be tracking just to show what the impact is for the fire district in our area. So I don't know, there's been a lot of discussion on Crash Corner. There's certainly a lot of things in the newspaper. And I do know that a study has been authorized by the county, and we're waiting to hear the results of that. I'm sure it's going to go to the township and they'll let us know what the outcome is. And it may not be a traffic light. We've heard a lot of recent discussion on Blue Star and Old Allegan Road, a roundabout had a lot of favor. I think the problem with the roundabout prospect is it takes up a lot of real estate. You've got an elevation situation there. I don't think there's enough land to do a roundabout. So anything that the board would like to ask regarding the call volume and the stats, let me know either now or at any time. I don't want to spend your precious time going over stuff that's pretty self-explanatory. Once again, Eric is the best at this. I can challenge him with any data processing there is, and he always comes through. We talk about this weekly. So I think he is absolutely the best in the business. So way to go, Eric.
Thank you.
Greg, can we get an emailed copy of that?
Yeah, it wasn't in your packet.
No,
Of course. I think what we tried to do is spare all that information, and I'm sorry it didn't go to you. Yep. You'll have that by the end of the day.
No problem.
thank you.
Thanks.
You bet. Community risk reduction. Sadly, the state of Michigan has experienced 86 fire fatalities for 2021. We're always not pleased to report that kind of a statistics. Please thank the grant team. Primary author for this grant was Chris Bernardi, who got another approximately $3,800 to replace money that we spent out of our budget for PPE, for additional COVID protection. So that really helps the budget. Gloves have probably tripled in price. So you can imagine how much money we're going through with personal protection equipment to protect firefighters and EMS people. So great job with the grant team, particularly Chris Bernardi on chief author for this grant. We have a trailer that was donated to us, 26-foot trailer, big red trailer, tandem axle. That's a multi-purpose trailer. So you'll see next on the agenda under chief comments is a thank you to a company that volunteered to insulate it for us. He's actually an officer in Hamilton Fire Department. And our goal with this trailer was to turn it into a rehab trailer so we can get people out of the elements, whether it's the middle of summer or the middle of winter. Well, the trailer had to be gutted and the insulation put on, and they paid for all the installation, all the labor, all the material. I thought it'd be a nice gesture for your consideration if maybe Jane and I could do a thank you letter or a card on behalf of the board. Merely suggestion.
Yep.
The name of the company is Applegate R Foam. We've held off thanking them until I got your direction.
Oh, I think a card would be great. And on behalf of the board, we definitely need to send something.
Okay.
A big suggestion that we put it in the commercial record
Yeah, I can ask, sure.
because it's kind of a nice gesture for him. It's advertising, number one, so might get something out of it.
You bet.
Very nice gesture on his part.
Chief, Greg, can you explain a little bit more what you mean by a rehab trailer? Is this to get like fire victims out of the, or give spells to responders or whatever?
Good question, Dan. So NFPA is, after 2 cylinders, 2 air bottles, they must go into rehab. In the summertime or in the wintertime, we are obligated to provide them shelter. We have no ability to do this. We can call mutual aid departments. They're usually with us. And you're seeing more and more staffing shortages in mutual aid departments. And we were given this trailer, and one of the visions for that trailer was, let's have a rehab trailer where people can sit inside, walk in the door, there's heat and there's air conditioning. So the purpose is to follow NFPA with rehab requirements for personnel, for firefighters that have been in the elements and inside a fire, and they need to cool down and get their heart rate down, blood pressure down, all those elements that are required by NFPA. And you can't really do it outside.
I don't have a good
Chris is
picture.
gonna,
That's
Chris
the
is gonna
best.
try to, yeah,
It's not a good picture. It's the red trailer to the side there, but it has an air conditioner heater unit on the roof already that came with it when we got it. So it's perfect for this purpose. I'm trying to find a better picture, but
Dan, does that adequately address your question?
Yeah, appreciate it. That's perfect.
So we also could use it. There's another element of using it, Dan, is it could also be set up for an extended command center. where you can have a computer inside, a radio inside, and you can also do your command staff. Say you had a 2 or 3 day incident. It's not uncommon to bring in a command vehicle where you can get together inside this trailer, particularly with mutual aid. So there are a lot of things that we could do. We just didn't have the money to start doing it all. So to have it insulated, spray foam insulation was a real gift, a real expensive gift. You know, and number one, the trailer was gifted to us. So we're thankful.
If I may ask, who donated the trailer?
Yep, Michael McLear donated that. He used to work for Saugatuck Fire. Michael McLear, he runs and owns a company called Escape, in a lot of fire prevention, a lot of educational materials. So he did not have a use for the trailer anymore. It was set up as like a smokehouse. Some of you that have been at our open houses, there was a small trailer that was a smokehouse. This was set up as a smokehouse, like a small little room, and they decommissioned it and gave it to us. And I think they got a newer trailer.
Thank you.
Welcome. Next on the agenda, the addition on 9E, the fireboat known as 2192 that sunk. It has been in the hands of the insurance company. They sent an adjuster who came to look at the boat. That was a long process. Then the insurance company directed us to get a quote on repair. They had their quote. Then we were directed to go to a boat yard to get a quote on having it repaired. Then the next thing we were directed to do was get a price on a comparable vessel. We did that as well. The settlement is not finalized. There is strong reason to believe they are in favor of replacing the boat and not spending the money involved to repair the boat. They just feel that is the most prudent thing to do.
That hasn't been settled yet, has it, Craig?
Nope, it has not been settled yet. Nothing's been signed. That Chris and I have done probably 4 or 5 Zoom meetings and getting a handle on this and getting comparable quotes and reaching out to boat yards that are capable of refurbishing the boat or replacing everything. So
And
been a long process.
the hoped for or envisioned endpoint is a net zero cost to the district, is that right?
Right, we have $1,000 deductible, Dan. So we have $1,000. If we go with a replacement boat, there's a difference in the price of the trailer, but we feel that's very negligible considering what is on the table. So there is a difference between the cost of their trailer and what the cost of our trailer is, but it's less than $1,000. I think it's about $700.
And that total, whatever value of that boat was, what, 130 or something? Is that right?
No, it's about 120.
Okay, I've got something else. I'd like to congratulate Chief Janik on the President's Award 2021 from the Michigan Fire Inspector Society.
Thank you. Thank you
Welcome.
very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Good looking picture too.
Yeah, well, I think that's later on in the agenda.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Sorry.
okay. Any other questions I can help out with 2192? It's really out of our control. It's been in the hands of the insurance company. No, that's right, true. So, so I just want to make sure there are just some things we have no say and no control. So that was really not a lot to offer you other than the quotes came in much higher than they had originally thought. And even their own appraiser, came in with stuff has gone up so much. And then the other problem is availability of product. I think everyone on the screen is aware of ability of all sorts of different commodities is in short supply, especially electronics. So it's in the hands of the insurance company. They gave us an indication they want to, seriously consider replacing the boat. We have to check out the boat first because all we have is on paper. So that's underway as we speak.
Craig, at one time, there was talk of an investigation into the possible cause or causes of that sinking. Did anything come of that, or?
Yeah, the insurance company is aware of what happened, and it's just no finger pointing, nothing. It was just, I think, a combination of some elements where what we call the Nassau Swiss cheese effect. Holes were lined up. There was a lot of rain. There was a connector that failed, and unfortunate events. So there was no assignment of any blame. No one was looking for that, particularly our insurance company. But again, that's up to them. We have no say in this other than it was something that happened. It was most unfortunate.
I think the biggest thing, Chief, that we probably stress to them is we don't really care what you decide to do, just get it done because we need a boat for next spring. And whether we repair this one or they decide to build a different one, both are going to take a good 6 months to get done, especially as Chief mentioned with parts problems. So hopefully I think they're trying to pull the trigger soon on a decision was the impression I got. And hopefully we'll have an answer before the next board meeting of what they did decide. So
Chris is right. The last Zoom meeting was one of expression of you need to decide what you're going to do now because it's going to take us 6 months to get stuff done either way. I mean, you want to order a Yamaha motor, you're 12 months out. Pick another brand. Those are the challenges we have. And then no one has any demos or models on the shelf because they're just purchased. Kind of like the used car lot or the new car market. So,
Okay, are there any other questions? Let's move on to unfinished business. The subpoena lawsuit update. Greg, would you give us an
sure.
update?
All I can offer on this, and maybe Stacy has more to add. My understanding is our attorney reached out to the township attorney today, and I believe there's a meeting tomorrow. I do not know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Stacy. I believe the meeting is tomorrow. I do not know if this is a closed session or open meeting. I don't know.
Closed. It'll be closed at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where we're
we'll
at.
have answers.
That's where we're at.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, moving on, Old Allegan Road and Blue Star Highway intersection.
I believe I mentioned, Gene, the only thing I had to add is the road commission did confirm there is a study underway. Stacy, do you know anything further on that?
Not really. I
Yeah,
think
we
it's
just haven't heard, have we?
Same
Okay.
thing. It takes time from what I
Yep.
hear.
Okay, moving on to new business, MFIS President's Award, Chief Janet.
Sorry, I jumped the gun on that.
Oh,
And look
So,
at the
Chris-
secretary.
Chris, do you want to talk about this? You were there.
I sure can. So I actually found out about this months before Chief from the president himself because he wanted me to, or we wanted to rope Vicky into being able to be here to see or be at the presentation for the award, which was awesome. So we were able to finagle, or between Vicky and I, we finagled her to be there that night with Chief having absolutely no clue why she was there. And it was truly, and even as President Savota mentions in the end of his letter that, Chief has always been your respect, fire service charm, and humbleness have never gone unnoticed. The look on Greg's face was exactly that, was being humble to receive an award of this nature in front of a group of, hundreds of peers sitting in the room. So I think, yeah, it's pretty awesome achievement for him. And he truly has done everything Kyle says in this letter, or speech.
Thank you. Thank you. I really thought Vicky just wanted to spend time with me.
The odds, really, what are the odds?
That was the startle look in the tape.
Yeah.
Such an honor for me, and I didn't notice Chris Mannels being the genius he is. He had a camera to the side, he was filming me. And I have to tell you, this is just one of the most remarkable things that's ever happened to me in my life, to be recognized by this group of inspectors. So
Is that tape available anywhere or?
yep, we'll send you the link. We'll send you the link.
I'd like to see
Okay,
it.
good. Yeah,
We'll send you the link.
I was gonna play it during the board meeting. I just can't find it right now.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Well, you keep looking, Chris, and maybe we should come up with something.
So thank you all for the welcoming, the congratulations. I'm still kind of numb about the whole thing. So I never saw it coming. I knew.
Well, it's well deserved in my opinion, so
Well,
congratulations.
thank you.
First meeting
Thank you.
back, there should be a cake, just FYI.
yeah.
Well, pretty soon we're gonna have to build him a trophy case, so. he seems to
Yeah.
have a collection of eagles these days.
And his dance trophy, don't forget that.
Oh.
Yes. I think it was Eric Kirchherk when Eric Kirchherk caught wind of it. He said, "Who's going to dust those eagles?" It's just great award.
Oh, there it is.
There
Oh,
it is.
here we go.
Oh, can you?
Okay, where's the sun?
Work in the room there.
Yeah, who's that? Who's that that just kissed you?
We need some talk, Chris.
Most of these cameras have microphones, Chris.
I know it.
And we don't have audio, Chris.
We can't hear it, Chris.
You can't?
Uh-uh.
No,
No,
we
Chris.
can't.
Oh, I'm
Can't hear.
sorry. I thought you were listening the whole time.
Oh,
No,
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 we're
no,
saying we
can't
can't.
hear.
This is
We
our
can't hear
little
it.
listening look, but we're not.
I'll share the link to all of you instead then. So,
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear it.
because then you can actually hear the volume. It must not play through the thing. Sorry.
Okay, that's good.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, moving on. We have some new business, the staffing of full-time position. Take it away, Greg.
Okay. We feel for succession planning, it is prudent to go to the board. It is time to consider adding a full-time position that will stagger out the time frame and cover some of the voids that we are experiencing. The loss of Eric during the day, David Blatt, Brian Kempers, Tom Dykstra, we have one day. I mean, between Tom Dykstra and Brian Kempers is 65 years of experience. David Blatt, 30 years. Eric, 15 years of experience. You all know we do not have the pool of candidates in these communities to support this. We are by nature more of a tourist town, hospitality, the restaurant industry. We all know you can go to a restaurant during the week, they might be closed during the week, 1 or 2 days, they can't staff it. So we can't even get people from restaurants or hotels that work in the area. Hey, come on and help us with this. So the other trigger for another person is we are about 28%, and we have data on this that I believe is in the packet. We have about 27, 28% of overlapping calls, which, as you know, is a call on top of one another. So you've got to send two people to one call, two people to another call, two people to another call. Just the other day, we had a priority 2 that turned into a priority 1, and then a fire alarm at another building. It was just Chris Manos and I showing up to the fire alarm. The other 2 people were on the priority 2 that became a priority 1. So I think it's self-explanatory in the description. We tried to do our research. We saw this coming, and we would prefer to hire an internal candidate. But we are not bound to just consider an internal candidate. We'll consider external. We do have it in the budget. We put it in 2 years ago as our justification memo says.
So is there any discussion?
Well, if at all possible, I think I would like to see you, somebody advance within the department. But then again, you may have to, like, put this in the paper or something, so anybody can apply.
And we will
mean,
certainly
legal-
post it. We are legally allowed to favor internal candidates. We've been through this before. So, but we will post it. True, you're right.
Okay,
I just soon see it done internally. Everybody on the
I-
department knows the routine.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
I agree with you. I feel the people that have been here, they've helped the community. They didn't just come here for money. And I've always favored that as long as they're qualified and they meet the criteria. If I had a choice, I'd certainly like to see somebody who's already served the community. So I think our vision, my vision aligns with the board members. And
yeah,
I'm
they have
happy
the
to see that.
experience. They have the experience, they know the area, it just makes sense.
Greg, I don't think you have to publish this. I think you can just fill this internally if you have a candidate, can't you?
I'll confirm that, Jane. I know that we posted the last one, but we can't, the question for me at the time back then was, can we give preferential treatment to internal candidates? And I found out legally we can. I thought it had to be posted, but I could be wrong, Jane. I will clarify that.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
do. Because I don't want to
Clarify
do
that.
something illegal, even though we kind of know where we're going, do something the way it's supposed to be done.
Ah,
Thank you, Jen. Thank you.
But I'm really thankful to the board for any consideration on this. I'm really happy to hear about internal candidates. The board has always been reasonable with staffing, and you'll see this position as a firefighter, EMT, and clerical. This is not just clerical. So we've gone back and forth on that before. We've got a part-time clerical person who's 2 days a week that's strictly clerical, that's actually cleaning up files in the back building. And then we have some people during the week that are firefighter, EMT, and clerical in nature. So it's a kind of a tri-fold responsibility, so to speak.
Does the clerical part of it add any requirements that'll make it tougher to fill, or?
No, it depends on, like, we don't need somebody who knows QuickBooks. We have a finance director. We don't need that. They just have to be able to do the data entry. For example, Eric recently made a recommendation that Wendy does entry on the training. We had kind of a void. I think some of you that have been here a long time, that was a problem before. We were delinquent on entries, EMS, fire, we were delinquent on CPR. And all that is, we are current, primarily
Right.
because of Eric's oversight. And then my umbrella's over Eric. But Eric is hands-on on that, and that's all he wants to do now. He doesn't really want to be running calls during the day. So he's really excels at that. So we have a number of people that do data entry. David Blatt used to do a lot of our data entry. David is retired. So Wendy picked up some of the training, and we are as current as you could possibly be. I have another stack of reports to okay on my desk right now. So the system works because we've got checks and balances and we have multi people that can do it. It's not funneled and centered around one person. So I want this replacement to have those skills, not just firefighter and EMS.
This motion, I wonder if we shouldn't leave the part out about to advertise the position because we're thinking that maybe we don't have to do that. What do you?
We could advertise it to both, but just only, you know, and then we get to choose who
Internally.
we interview. So
Post it, we could pay it, advertise it in the form of posting it at the station,
Right.
and the website, Facebook.
Okay, okay.
right, Chris?
Okay, well, I'll make a motion to approve the fire district staff to advertise the position for full-time firefighter, MFR clerk position internally and externally if needed. Conduct subsequent interviews and offer of employment to a candidate selected by the fire chief. The selected candidate will be compensated in accordance with the proposed wage scale and benefit package per the collective bargaining agreement with local 5291.
Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion by Pullen and a second by Phelps. Phelps, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
Just got one question. Greg, have you ever taken the time to figure out, you know, we have a starting salary, what the insurance costs, retirement costs, you know, everything that goes along with this?
We did,
Time
and
to
that's right,
figure out
because
the true cost?
you've got the benefit package. And it was around 11,000. The average was around 11,000, Eric.
Yeah.
For a benefit package.
Yeah,
we
Pete
did
could
ask that.
Pete could probably fill us in if he was here, because I know.
I just think it's a good idea when it comes to budgeting, you know, it's nice to look at a salary, but that's just the start of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of like buying a boat.
Yep.
If I recall, Chief, I want to say in 2019, when we started this, we put away 60,000 for this position, including the benefit side. And then I believe that got up to 65 in the last or the current fiscal year's budget to follow the salary and increase in insurance costs.
That is correct, Chris. Absolutely correct. We wanted to make sure we had enough because we didn't know at the time, we didn't have the collective bargaining agreement.
Right.
You know, it was just a vision. It wasn't even.
Okay, if there's no more discussion, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, ma'am. Pullen,
yes,
Phelps,
Yes.
Beckman,
Yes.
Aldrich,
Yes,
Fox,
Yes,
Verplink,
Yes.
and Miller.
Yes.
Passes 7-0, Madam Chair.
Thank you, board. Thank you. Jane, I
Thank
have
you.
something relative to share with this. If you'd like me to do it now or wait, I will regarding
ahead.
staffing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Mike Betts and I are the ones who recruit, do the interviews, hire, and we just had 3 applicants. I interviewed 2 of them Saturday. Really great candidates. You know, the beauty of it is we only interviewed 2 because the third one couldn't make it Saturday morning. They're all trained. They're firefighter 1 and 2. And then one of them has gone through EMT school, is waiting to take his National Registry exam, the last test for certification. So what's really great is we had 2 strong candidates. One of them is in Bloomingdale. Bloomingdale? Bloomington.
Bloomingdale.
Bloomingdale. Actually, two of the applicants were Bloomingdale, but one couldn't make it. And they heard about Saugatuck Fire and wanted to join. And we thought that was such a compliment to this board, the staff, the department as a whole. And, you know, and they had approval from their chiefs to do this, because we're not into taking somebody, recruiting somebody from another jurisdiction and shortchanging them. So we're really pleased. One of the members lives in our district, but joined Ganges Fire. Now he is ready to come and work for us. And we just thought this is fantastic. They are not available during the day, but they're available at night. How do we get the person from Bloomingdale? That dorm room. Another example of how an asset that dorm room has proven, the 24-hour shifts. And we have two more people that are interested and they live out of the jurisdiction. And the dorm room becomes such a tool that makes it possible. So I wanted to share that with the board. Pretty exciting when I don't have to put them through fire school, you know, and you know, that's 6.5 months. EMT is another 4 months, plus a lot of money. So
Thank you. Good luck.
thank you.
Okay, moving on, there's no correspondence. Is there any public comment? Please use the raise your hand button. Okay,
Seeing any.
all right, thanks, Chris. Fire board comments, Dan,
Thank you, I'm good.
True,
Everything's good. Thank you.
Aaron,
Same.
Stacy,
The only thing I wanted to tell you is if you remember last time, I said I wanted to bring our new building inspector to meet the fire crew, and we did that and had a really nice meeting with Chris Mantles and Bernardi and Cindy Osmond, myself, and Chief Janik and Eric Davis. And we went over a lot of potential problems that could happen, and, you know, just very productive, and how things should be handled, and everybody's kind of on the same page. And hopefully we'll have a great relationship moving on with the building inspector. So I'm
Good.
optimistic.
okay, thank you.
Jane?
Stacy. Yes,
Yes.
Jane, can I say something?
sure.
I couldn't agree more with Stacy, the building official, and Stacy and Cindy arranged this, was most impressive. He asked questions. How do you want us to do this? What do you want to do? Was very, very inviting in a very nice atmosphere. And we really look forward to the cherished relationship we have with the building official, because he's he is a cog in the wheel that is essential with buildings. And we have to work together, and he seems just so open, and we look forward to it.
Interestingly
Okay.
enough, if I may, Jane, like 3 days after that meeting, we actually, because of the now open lines of communication between Eric and us, we actually caught a builder that I hung up the phone with and said we didn't approve his plans. He tried to tell Eric over the phone that it was okay for them to go ahead and get started. And thankfully, Eric circled back and looped me in, and then figured out that that was completely a lie. So it has paid off already.
Good.
I really
Good.
felt that I could see that this is how it's going to go from now on, I hope. And I'm really encouraged by it.
Yeah.
Maybe these mistakes won't continue to happen. So,
Agreed.
Who is the building inspector? What's his name?
Eric Davis, he's from the Holland area. He's got a couple other jobs. He's a farmer. What else did he do? I don't know, but he's 2 days for sure, and he gets right back to you when something comes up. So
Good.
he's available, and 2 days at the township, think Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe in the morning. He's always there.
Correct.
Good, good.
Should be good.
Seems very thorough.
Yeah. Yeah. And he asked great questions and you asked great questions, and I just thought it just went so well. It was just really encouraging.
Hmm.
Hey, Eric. Beckman?
No, just congratulations again to the chief. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Scott Phelps.
I've got nothing this month. I'm good.
Okay,
Thanks.
and I would like to congratulate Mike Betts. Was it Monday night? We had a storm. He had 9 back-to-back calls. I was listening to him on the radio. He handled them with ease. I want to thank Kyle for coming in and helping. I think everybody came in and helped. Kyle was out searching around, helping on Holland Street, which seems to be a real problem area, Holland and North Street lately. So thank you for your hard work, and Betts did a fine job, so thank you. And thanks Greg for coming in as well to help him out.
Bet.
So anybody else? Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn fire board meeting at 4:47, October 18th, 2021.
Okay, I have a second.
I'll support Aldrich.
Okay, I have a motion by Poland, support by Aldrich. Roll call vote, please.
Poland,
Yes.
Aldrich,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Phelps,
Yes.
Beckman,
Yes.
Verplank,
Yes.
and Miller.
Yes.
Passes 7-0, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you next month.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, thank you, Jane.
Thank you.